police presence was here. Apparently they've been practicing shelter-in-place drills, as my daughter told me. And so she told me, because I met her for lunch, that was the first thing I wanted to do. And she said that they sheltered in place underneath a bookshelf, or near a bookshelf or something, that way they're away from the windows.
Okay, so what was your situation last night?
Last night, actually, my dog woke me up around 4. I don't know if I'm reading into that, but and so I let the dog out, but that's kind of around the time some of the stuff was going down. And then you wake up, we got back up at 6, then you see all those alerts on your phone about shelter in place.
And what was your reaction? Did you decide to send your child to school, not? And did you get the other alerts saying the shelter in place is over and there was confusion or not?
Right, so we did decide to send our child to school. And then, yes, there was lots of text going through. So there was a little bit of confusion, but outside appearances, it seemed safe. I felt safe dropping my daughter off. You know, there was an AISD police officer at the door. I'm thankful. At first I was hesitant about these new fences, but I think the new fences they put around the school provided deterrent, because I understand the individual was near the, I guess in the Greenbelt near the campus.
Right, and then was shot just right over here, right? What did you see with all of that?
Well, when I got back home, I heard the helicopters come back and then the sirens come back, so I laced on my shoes, ran back over here, and I think by that point, I think the homeowner already neutralized or contained, or whatever the appropriate term is, the kid or the guy. And again, tons of police presence, the SWAT team rolled in, so that's what I happened upon. But they shut down the streets on both sides. Everything felt safe over there, looked safe over there. That was the reason I came back.
You came back to check on your daughter with all that going on.
Correct, yes.
So do you feel like that it was all handled well by AISD and APD?
Considering how it went down, I would say yes. I'm not going to throw anybody underneath the bus. They did the best that they could with the information that they could. The police presence was here. Apparently they've been practicing shelter-in-place drills, as my daughter told me. And so she told me, because I met her for lunch, that was the first thing I wanted to do. And she said that they sheltered in place underneath a bookshelf, or near a bookshelf or something, that way they're away from the windows.
And she said they'd been practicing that.
Right. So they've been practicing that. So, I mean, just like, growing up out in West Texas, we practice for tornadoes. I guess this is the new reality.
It makes you emotional, and I can see that.
Yeah, no, it can't be emotional. So I'm not a robot.
No, I get that.
And becoming a parent, it makes your heart bigger. So.
Is there anything you would like to see, just as they look back on it, because they always do that assessment?
Right. I'm still processing it. I think the more information we get, I think it's too soon for me to make judgment or point fingers. But, it is a big deal, but I don't also want to make it a bigger deal by throwing fire or gasoline on it. So,
I totally get that. I just didn't know if there was something that you would say, oh, when they look to the future.
I guess there's the community, I don't know. I can't really elaborate.
I get that.
Yeah.
And I just want to know, did you get the two kind of conflicting texts, one saying shelter in place is over and the other saying we're switching it to just stay away from the area?
Yes. So there was some confliction there. The shelter in place is over. Send your kids, I don't know what it said, send the kids to school, but the shelter in place was over is one of the texts I got. And so that gave me the green light to take my daughter to school.
Do you wish they had held off on that?
In hindsight, out of abundance of caution, yes. Yeah. It makes sense. So, yeah.
I know the police chief says they are going to be looking into this because they do feel like there was conflicting information.
Right.
And they do feel like that one that said, all right, we're going from shelter in place to just avoid the area, which is more of a traffic thing.
Correct.
That was premature.
That it could be, yes. Right. Yeah. I mean, how it played out, it was probably premature.
But you're right, so much is happening.
Yeah, so much is happening, and I don't know. I hope they learn, and this could be a case study. But I mean, it's the best. This is probably a best case scenario for what happened, and you know, glad we have good Texas gun laws that allows homeowners to protect themselves too.
Do you know that man?
I haven't isolated the house. I have an idea.
They have crime tape around it.
Yeah, no, I don't. Usually, I'm a nosy neighbor, but I'm gonna give them their space.
Yeah, they have a lot of police there right now.
Right, and so I can imagine what they're going through. So I can't imagine. Even if there isn't a right, that's still a traumatic event.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Now I'm gonna see if your video you gave me came through. Attachment, one video. This is it. Let's see if the quality's okay.
Yeah. Makes you want to switch to Android, right?
It does. Oh my gosh, that's a lot going on.
Yeah. Yeah, so there are other parents there.
Right across from my kid's school.
Everything was locked down. All the action was over there. And
when you saw that helicopter come over, did you think, I'm gonna go get my kid?
No, because all the action was over there. So if I felt it was a little more of a threat, it would have been a different answer. But yeah, it seemed contained, and it seemed like all the action was over there.